Hello, I am Captain Clueless, and today I'm not going to run the intro because I don't like the way it sounds anymore, and I've had zero time to fix it. So, today we're talking about perseverance, persistence, and other things that start with P, such as platonics and pirates. I chose an especially good week to do this particular topic because, if you don't know, I released a music video on my other channel called The Fedora Duel. You can just type that in to your search bar and it'll probably come up, plus there'll be a link to the video in the description. And let me tell you, that was a lot of work. When I was working on that video, I took all the footage on Saturday. My girlfriend helped me out with that. And then I kind of sorted through it, and Monday I got serious about editing, and it was Tuesday afternoon, and I was already so sick of the song. I wanted to strangle myself for writing such a gloomy song and choosing to make a video for it. But I did persist, and I did finish it, but let me tell you, I almost didn't. I almost did not finish it by Wednesday. And literally the only thing that kept me going was the fact that I was going to have to report to my camera on Saturday that I did not do it, and that was just going to be disappointing. And so I finished it, and I'm super glad I did because a lot of people have seen it now, and most people have liked it, so that's good. But my life in the last 6 months is a great tale of persistence, and I'm going to share with you how I met my girlfriend. Actually, no. It's more like how I finally convinced my girlfriend to become my girlfriend. So it goes like this. Last August, nearly a year ago, she comes into church. I'm talking to my buddy, and we're just chatting, and she comes in and sits down, and I turn to my buddy, and I say, I'm going to go talk to her. And he says, do it. I was like, alright, got this. And so I walk over. I talk to her for a little bit. She's cool. And then the meeting is starting. Oh, gotta sit down. Can I sit here? She says, yeah. So I sit down. She was wearing a green skirt. That's all I really remember about her wardrobe that day. A week later, I see her come in, and I'm like, oh, yes, I'm going to go talk to her again, because she's cool. And so I go talk to her, and she very subtly slips in there that she has a boyfriend, and it's like, well, darn. On the inside, it was like, no! And on the outside, it was like, okay. Because poker face. We become pretty good friends. I'm not going to say we're best friends at that time, but we talked a lot. Mostly at church. We didn't talk much outside of church. And then one day, after church, she texted me and invited me to go to a fire. And it was funny because she did not specify that her boyfriend would be there until a couple messages later. And I was like, is this a date? I don't know. But her boyfriend was there, and I mean, we went. She told me later, actually, that she invited me just to see if I would be a good match for one of her friends, and I wasn't. That was in, October or so, and then the next month, November, we continued to talk at church and stuff. In November, I actually started dating another girl. We dated for a little bit, right through until Christmas. But funny story, the very week that me and this other girl started dating, I went up to in church, and I said, how are you? And how are things with your boyfriend? And she says, oh, actually we broke up. The very week I started dating this other girl. Point is, I was kind of frustrated at that, and then that was dumb because I was dating this other girl. I should have been happy that I was with this other girl, but instead I was just upset that I was not with when she was suddenly available. There, I just said her name again. I told her I wouldn't say her name. So that was November. I was kind of frustrated at that, but whatever. And went on my life, dated this other girl for a while until right after Christmas. We were coming back to school, and things just weren't right with her, and I felt awkward, and so it's like early January, I broke it off with this other girl. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna ask her out just to see what happens. And so one day after church, I walk up to her and I said, if I asked you on a date, would you say yes? And she just kind of looked confused. It was cute. And said, yes. And I said, great. You want to go on a date on Friday? And she said, sure. And so we went on a date that Friday. That was a really long week. Because I asked her on Sunday, and we don't go on a date until Friday. That was, yeah, really long week. On our date, we went for DP cheesesteaks and a comedy joint called Improv Broadway. That was really fun. I enjoyed it. Dropped her off kind of early at home, but she literally lives like 6 houses away, so it's not a big deal at all. And as I was like walking away, I was like, well, it's still kind of early. I'll go on a walk. And then as I was walking, I was like, man, I wish she were here. Why is she not here? Why didn't I just suggest we go on a walk together? And so I just kind of kept walking for a little bit and was like, seriously, I should just call her. And so I did. I called her and said, hey, this is kind of weird, but do you want to go on a walk right now? And she said, sure. And so we went on a walk, and I taught her the proper pace of a nighttime stroll because she was trying to go way too fast. I was like, we don't have a destination. Slow down. It's okay. So that was good. Anyway, we went on that date. A couple weeks later, we went on another date, and then I was kind of getting these mixed signals from her. I wasn't quite sure what to make of it. And then this other girl who we go to church with texted me one Sunday and said, hey, you should really ask out because she seems pretty interested. And I texted back, I was like, is she really? I'm not sure. But I mean, if you say so, I'll do it. I mean, I don't think this other girl knew that we had been on 2 dates, but whatever. And then the bishop of our ward actually was talking to me and said, you know what? You should ask her out. And I was like, really? Really? 2 people in one day? Huh. Gotta be something to this. And so later that day, I kind of asked her out. And she totally friend-zoned me. Just like hardcore, palm in your face, slam you into the ground, friend zone. And it was terrible. I about died. But, interesting thing was, like, she put me in the friend zone, but it wasn't like, get away from me friend zone. It was like, actually, I really want to be friends with you. And I was like, well, that's cool. I just love being around you, so I'm going to keep coming over if you'll let me. And so we had like homework parties, and they were like legit homework parties. She was on that couch, I was on this couch, and we did homework together, and we would talk about stuff. It was cool. And then it just kind of slowly evolved until we were like sitting kind of close to each other on the same couch. And I was like, what is going through your mind, woman? I don't understand. And like, she kind of gave me signs that we could maybe be together, but she never like said it, and she didn't like really seem interested. And so like some of the time I thought I was just wasting my time going over there. I was like, this is gonna go nowhere. I really should go out and date other girls. But then I was with her and I'm like, I don't even want to date other girls. I just want to be with her. So that went on for like 2 months. 2 months of me, well, I don't know if it's quite 2 months. She's probably going to watch this and be like, actually, it was this many days, which does not add up to 2 months. And I'm going to say, you're right, of course, as always. We were hanging out a lot, and finally, after a long time, she said, yeah, I think we can go on a 3rd date. And I said, yes! Yes. And it was great. We had our 3rd date, and then like a week later, we were exclusively dating, and that has led us to where we are today. And let me tell you, I've never been in a better relationship, and she's awesome. So there you go. Persistence is key. Had I not been persistent, I would probably have forgotten that I exist. There I go saying her name again. So be persistent, and you may reach your goal, unless it has to do with a woman, and then there's not really a guarantee. But good luck to you. This week I will be working on confidence and being, confident about life and things. Hand in hand with that, I'm going to work on my posture, because I feel like when people look at me, I want them to think that I'm confident. And I mean, obviously I want to be confident internally, but I hope that they believe that I am confident in myself. And they're not going to believe that if I walk around like this, which I do most of the day. This is like kind of how I normally stand, and it's not very attractive. And so I want to stand more like this so that I look good. So that's it for this week. I will just leave that with you, and Captain Clueless out. Also check out my video.